alaikum. We are Finance 3 and today we will present for you the quantitative method project, and it is about the line.
Cities, born thousands of years ago. They connected us and pushed humanity forward. But they also divided us from nature, from each other, from ourselves. They forgot about people. They forgot about the planet. And we forgot what's important. It's time to remember. It's time for a revolution. It's time to redefine our relationship with nature, to reimagine what a city is without cars and roads, without smog or noise. It's time to rethink communities so that we can connect and create the way we were meant to. It's time. It's time to draw the line. Neom. Contemporary cities couldn't cope with growth. The contemporary city needs a full redesign. What if we removed cars? What if we got rid of streets? What if we innovated in the public space? What if we built around nature instead of over it? What if everything you needed was always a 5-minute walk away? What if invisible technology generates carefree and open urban space? What if sustainability was not a goal, but a given? What if we replaced outdated urban services with new services driven by artificial intelligence? What if we built the Line? A 170-kilometer revolution in urban living. Protecting the Earth's most stunning nature while creating unmatched livability. A home to all of us. Welcome to the Line. Neom.
Neom is a new vision of what the future could be. It is an attempt to do something that has never been done before, and it is coming at a time when the world needs fresh thinking and a new solution. But simply, Neom will not only be a destination, but a home for people who dream big and who want to be a part of building a new model for sustainable living.
Hi, my name is Amani. I want to talk about the concept of sustainability. The concept of sustainability, the natural environment, living organism, and the factory that maintain life for a specific period of time. And sustainability is also defined as the sustainability of the natural environment for life, from the adaptation to the environment is the use of natural resources for long-term period. Continuity of life, and other definition is the of being offset vital process provided by different living organisms. The continuation help the maintain their security and develop the growth over time.
The three elements of sustainability. In 2005, the World Summit for Social Development identified three main areas that contribute to the philosophy and sociology of sustainable development. These elements form the cornerstone of overcoming the three areas currently facing the world. Economic development, impact on commerce, firms, jobs, and the creation of employment opportunities. Economic development is linked to giving people what they want without affecting the quality of life, especially in the world of developing countries, with the need to reduce the financial burden when doing the right things. Social development. The biggest challenge now is sustainability, providing homes for people and how these homes can be built from sustainable materials. Also, education and encouragement of people to participate in environmental sustainability and awareness of the effects of preserving and protecting the environment and warning of dangers if we are unable to achieve these goals. Environmental protection. It defines how we should study and protect the natural environment system, air quality, and the provision of resources focused on preserving the environment. The issue of environmental protection is also concerned with technology that will improve our future livelihood and avoid its risks.
Saudi Arabia is finally catch up with the rest of the development world in terms of environmental awareness. In the past, while much of the rest of the world spent time pondering issues such as global warming, water, air, and oil pollution, over exploitation of resources. Saudi Arabia major environmental concerns. The kingdom depends heavily on oil revenues for government budget. It is the largest exporter of oil as on 25% of the world oil reserves and has a purge of balancing between production and consumption of resources in addition to looking to balance economic growth and environmental changes. Clean energy. Regional disposed in the fact Saudi Arabia is almost the leading petroleum producing nation in the world. It still has planned to transition its own energy supply to sustainable and renewable resources. Currently, its use of petroleum-based energy products had caused major problems. Not only does these energy sources pollute the air, they also wreak havoc on the limited water supply and degrade the quality of the oil. Greener construction. In recent years, the Saudi government as well as private investors have created a mass amount of new infrastructure and building complexes in the kingdom. For the most part, little to no attention was given to sustainable building practice. Rather, buildings, roadways, and other development was simply done as quickly and cost-effectively as possible. With Saudi Arabia's new vision for diversity in economic and expenditures, the culture horizon was called be looking at a very different country by 2030. So as we work toward a land of sustainable social enterprise, a fiction industry, hopes, green travel, and renewable power, it's worth remembering that companies that invest in the infrastructure will be the ones benefit both themselves and the country as well. Saudi Arabia is making a big changes, and they are the kind of sweeping change that will drive improvement in the quality of life both for the kingdoms. Germany is considered one of the important defense concerns in the world, which allowed to the agreement and complexity of a problem in its government and to solve government problem. Energy is authority to using renewable, so within the energy government decided to revitalize the fund of energy by switching for relying of function failings as energy source to the using of affordable energy source.
I am Zainab Suleiman. On this slide you can see design for a project in the line of consists of 3 layers: span layers and silver layers and pedestrian layers. Project schedule, the program evaluation and review technique, and critical path method are two popular quantitative analysis technique to help plan, schedule, monitor and control projects. They were developed because they was create need for better way to manage original. They approach different in how they estimated activity time. BERT use 3-time estimate to develop probabilistic estimate of completion time. CBM was a more deterministic technique. They have become so similar that they are common consider only technique BERT and CBM. In this slide have the example of project schedule for the project The Line. Have 8 activity: A. Building span layer, B. Building service layer, C. Building internal components, D. Construct collection stack, E. Building pedestrian layer, F. Afforestation, G. Install air pollution device, H. Inspect and test. Total time 48 months or 4 years. This just example, not real. Here start with the network activity A and B. Then after activity A, beginning C and E, F. Also after activity D, B, then G and H. After finish in the draw, the start find the critical path. Need to determine the following quantities for each activity in the network. Earliest start time. The early time an activity can begin without violation of immediate processor requirement. Earliest finish time. The earliest time at which an activity can end. Latest start time. The latest time an activity can begin without dealing the internal project. Latest finish time. The latest time an activity can end without dealing in the inter-project. Then perform a critical path analysis. Write name activity and earliest start and latest start and earliest finish and latest finish and activity direction. Then computing stack time. After computing earliest start and last start and earliest finish and latest finish for all activity, compute the slack or free time or each activity. Slack is the length of time an activity can be delayed without dealing the internal project. Slack equal list start minus earliest start or list finish minus earliest finish. For example, activity A, list start 0 minus earliest start 0 equals 0. Another activity C list finish is 8 and finish it is 8. 8 minus 8 equals 0. Finally, we can define how critical path is on the slide.